A massive The Isle of Evrima devblog has been released, and today I'm going to be talking about some of the main stuff in that devblog, from Quetzalcoatlus concept art to Beipiaosaurus' gameplay aspects and progress, and the whole of Update 6 and everything that's going to be in it, from humans to all the features in terms of lighting and corpses and diet system and the migration system. Everything will be talked about there. Anyways guys, timestamps for everything are on the screen now, and if you are new, feel free to subscribe. But other than that, I do want to say this video will be split into two. The core stuff that I mentioned in this video will be in this video. Then on Monday's video, we're going to have more stuff, the smaller stuff that was brief comments in the devblog, that we'll be talking about there. Anyways, let's get right into it. Firstly, we are diving right into the dinosaur that will be diving into the game's swamps and rivers, and that is Beipiaosaurus. Firstly, let's talk about the dinosaur's dolphin breach, because this is something that I've heard. Well, I didn't actually cover it, and a lot of YouTubers didn't cover it either, from what I've been told. So it seems like people just took it for granted, including me. I'll admit, I kind of saw it. I was like, wow, that's really cool, but I just forgot to talk about it. Anyways, essentially, if you surface fast enough, which shouldn't be too hard because the dinosaur is naturally buoyant, which means it will be rising faster anyways, you will breach the surface of the water and do a little dolphin style jump or a breach. You'll go quite far into the air. You'll literally go like that, you know. Nice sound effects from me right there. This can essentially allow you to outmaneuver predators. Nothing else much they can do really. If you're jumping out of the water, all they can do is wait at the bottom to snatch you in their jaws. However, it's an incredibly fun little mechanic, and I could predict that there'll be a lot of players who will be doing this mechanic throughout their gameplay when the Beipi is released. There'll literally be swarms of them jumping out of the river like swarms of fish. That being said, DMIV showcased a video of this, and you can breach really high, which to me is incredible. I'm going to show the video fully on the screen now. Have a little watch and let me know what you think. It's 40 seconds long, quite a big video, but it's pretty neat. And if you want to know what the timestamp is where I start talking again, that's also on the screen too. Adding to this, with Beipiaosaurus, they returned to the concept of water walking, an old prototype that was scrapped for Dinosaurus' passive approach, where you could just walk on the water by like swimming down to it and then swimming up easily without having to like get locked onto the bottom. With Beipi, you'll be locked onto the bottom and you'll have to disengage. I'm pretty sure that's what the the old prototype for water walking is. So yeah, they also go on to say that the breach was inspired by Dinosaurus, where in its development they accidentally made it so it could breach from the water, which to me is actually quite funny. We also know that the animation work for this month was fully focused on Beipi. Brian, who is the animator for the game, says that Beipi is almost done with its animation work, with only the animations of the juveniles left to do, which means once that's completed, all of Beipiaosaurus' animations are completed, which is incredible. Anyways, something else that's incredible is the full outline of what could be in Update 6, and that's what we're talking about next. We have a full outline of technically what's going to be in Update 6 and what Update 6 encapsulates, and to me, this is going to be a massive update. Felipe basically talked about this in the latest devblog, going on to say stuff like, you know, talking about gore and organs and everything like that. However, he did say regarding the progress of Update 6, it's going really well, and he's splitting it into certain categories on what they've worked on this last month. And they also said they've spent time working on the night vision update this month, which is obviously out now, which included bug fixes as well, and improving the anti-cheat capabilities of the game. They are also evaluating feedback and investigating a number of reports regarding issues with the current night vision system, which I'll be talking about in the next video, because Kiss and Kitten also talked about that. That being said, let's get into the 8 categories that they spoke about for Update 6. Firstly, Gore and organs. Basically, the base code of this is finished, which allows organs to spawn when needed and to be fully interactive with the physics in the game. This will start being tested on animals bigger than Utahraptor soon. Obviously, we've seen this on Utahraptor with a demo video. If I can find it, it'll be on the screen. That being said, this mechanic can also bring improving diets or improvements to the diets to the table, and more details which will come soon for that as well. The new gore and rotten textures will be added to corpses and bone meshes as well, and finally bone assets will be interactable, which means you'll probably be able to take a single bone from a corpse. Moving into diets, nutrition and slots. Completely rebuilt of the current diet system, grants more control to the players for what dietary buffs or advantages they can receive. With the new system, slots are not locked to specific nutrients anymore. They are now fed with the latest consumed nutrient and can be combined as desired by the player. Essentially, you could potentially fill 2 slots with carbs and another with lipid. This then provides the player a specific buff, but if you switch to a different combination, you get a different buff, which is actually a really cool idea. Moving into the migration system now, this is something that will include both carnivores and herbivores. We don't have a full outline of what it is. They still need to do some meetings on the outline of this, so we'll see more in the future dev blogs. That being said, the system will essentially motivate players to move around the map to get the benefits from their diets. And of course, we're going to talk about some vocals next. So the vocal system is being improved, will be more reliable, performant, and fix the issues of reverb when traveling great distances. And now the skin system. This is something we've seen a sneak peek of. You can now customize the eye of dinosaurs. Players will be able to choose the color of the iris to customize the dinosaurs even further, which is actually pretty neat. 3 more things left for Update 6's progress this month, and I'm pretty sure the eye stuff was completed anyway, so let's move into physics, doors and gates. These are now finished and given to the map design team so they can implement it to the map. Gates and doors will be interactable with interactive physics-based actors. The bigger the animal, the easier it is to open and close doors and gates. Some doors will be locked by default, which will require a human to open them, which of course is quite handy because humans are coming in Update 6 as well. Automatic lights have been completed as well and handed off to the map design team, which will now add it to the game. These are special actors that are automated in the island based on time of day. Lights turn on or off depending on the time of day essentially, and this is a basic system that will be expanded on in the future. And finally, interactive foliage. System has been expanded and will be expanded more in the future. More foliage has already been added to it, which also features some small performance improvements. Players will be able to physically interact with foliage on the map, regardless of distance or amount. They will also be expanded on in the future, as I've already said. This is huge. That is a lot of progress and a lot of stuff that will be in Update 6. And of course, there's something else that will be in Update 6, and that is humans. Because Kiss and Kitten also talked about humans in this devlog. A little note on the end of it essentially saying that humans are getting some in-game polish in preparation for their entry to the live branch alongside Update 6. And now, if they're already getting polish, how close does that mean Update 6 is? I know half the stuff that we talked about there is still in heavy progress, so maybe it's quite a far way out, but we could be going by the devs' estimates of it being the end of the year. Who knows? Anyways, guys, that's everything for Update 6 and what's been worked on in the last month, and that was huge. Now let's talk about the Quetzalcoatlus concept art, because I'm really excited for that. Okay, so here we are with the Quetzalcoatlus concept art. Let me just zoom out so you can see it all. Here it is. There's a lot of stuff here to showcase. One of them looks like a robot version of Quetzal in a sense, because is that something that you'll be able to create in the game? Who knows? But let's just start. Let's go from left to right, up and down, or down and up. Essentially, we're going to work from the top to the bottom, and we'll go left to right on that way. So let's start with this one. That is a Quetzal biting a protoceratops in a sense. I believe that is a protoceratops. And that thing's been pecked up. Now, that is something that I am excited for Quetzal, the ability to just peck up small dinosaurs like that. We also see it right here too, when in this little two-part story, where it picks up what looks like a Gallimimus, maybe a juvenile, it might be a full-grown one, and flies away with it, which indicates this thing will have some insane strength. If that is a fully grown one, if you look at the size and everything, it could actually be. But yeah, it just flies away with it and just snatches it, which is going to be a unique and fun gameplay aspect there. And then there's this, which kind of ties into maybe the lore of the game. You've got a robotic version of Quetzal. You can see an antenna sticking out of it there, the red cyborg eye, some kind of like engine thing in there as well, and some like humans putting it together. It looks like a remote control Quetzalcoatlus, kind of like an observational camera in a sense maybe. But this looks cool. Is this something you'll be able to make in the game as humans, or is it something else? I'd love to know, because this is some interesting lore that we have not actually seen before. Now, of course, we have this. I'm going to zoom in a little bit because I don't want my face cam to block it. This is a Quetzal looking like it's, yeah, in the sky, snatching a pteranodon. Seemingly, you'll be able to snatch many things from the sky. A pteranodon horde is not going to stop you, because you're just going to tear them apart, limb by limb, piece by piece, and let them fall out the sky. Or kill them. There's also a small pterosaur here. I don't know what that is. I don't believe that's Pterodactylus. However, it's like there's two there which are different, and the small one there. It could be Pterodactylus. It does actually look quite like it. So it could be that. And or it could be a different, smaller pterosaur. Let's move on to something else as well. We've got the Quetzal here snatching a Beipi out of the water, which indicates another attack style. You'll be able to fish for stuff. It looks like the Quetzal is going to be the king of the sky and the terrifying beast of the land as well. But then, let's have a look at this one. Of course, once again, you see some baby Quetzals this time in the background, and it defending it from, I believe that could be Monolophosaurus. I know that was hinted at, and I know they want it in the game, but could it be? I don't know. I don't know the models and the looks of some dinosaurs too well. But to me, that doesn't look like Herrerasaurus. And I'm trying to figure out what other dinosaur it could be. So, yeah, let me know. Is that a Monolophosaurus? Because then we've just got that as a sneak peek as well. And then, of course, here, hiding on the monorail, which indicates that the monorail is going to be kind of a pain in the arse when it comes to these things. You'd have to stop and shoot them. With a corpse and a T-Rex there, but look at the size difference. This Quetzal, both of these, seem to be the same height as the Rex, which to me, I don't know what will win. Of course, the Rex will easily win, but what if the Quetzal just like pokes it in the face with its big beak and it goes right through? Like, come on, that's going to be metal in a sense. But yeah, there's a corpse up there, the Rex wants it, and that seems to be the story there, and that seems to be everything with the Quetzalcoatlus concept art. It's really cool. I really like this a ton. It's definitely something that I cannot wait for in the game, because this is something we've seen as a test when it was a dev exclusive in the past. So yeah, it's quite exciting. Let me know your thoughts about this in the comments down below. I'd love to know what you think. But yeah. And of course, everybody, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below about all of this stuff. I'd love to know what you think. From like the update 6 stuff, the Beipi stuff, and the Quetzal concept art, that is some big news, and I actually made this video quite long, which is quite surprising. But in the next video, we'll have a lot to talk about as well, from the programming, which includes Archon and the queuing system, from the human side of things, the structures and everything like that, which comes from visual tech, and of course, we'll be getting so much more stuff to talk about from Troodon and other stuff like that, and I cannot wait to talk about that as well. Be sure to be subscribed. That video will be out on Monday. And anyways, guys, let me know your thoughts. If you want to, feel free to subscribe. But other than that, I'll see you in the next one. Have a great day. Peace.